People will dig up your past not because they care, but because your growth makes them uncomfortable. When they can't control your present, they attack your history, trying to drag you back to the person you used to be. But what they don't realize is that your past is not your weakness, it's your war story. Every mistake, every failure, every painful memory shaped the strength they see today. They're not threatened by who you were, they're threatened by who you've become. So when they whisper about your past, let them, because the only reason they're still looking back is because you've moved too far ahead. You've turned your wounds into wisdom, your pain into purpose. And while they're busy digging for dirt, you're busy planting seeds, growing into someone their words can no longer touch. Every scar, every mistake, every dark chapter in your story, it's not your shame, it's your strength. Your past is not there to haunt you, it's there to remind you of what you've survived. People love to drag up your past because they can't accept your transformation. They're not really attacking who you were, they're trying to destroy who you've become. They say you used to be this, you used to do that. And you know what? They're right, you used to. But that version of you no longer exists, you outgrew it, you healed what broke you, you became someone that version of you would be proud of. The truth is, your past didn't destroy you, it built you. Those same moments of failure and pain became the foundation for your strength. Without those storms, you would never have found your voice. Without those wounds, you would never have learned compassion. Without those mistakes, you would never have known wisdom. So when they dig up your past, let them, because all they're really doing is proving your growth. They're showing the world where you came from, while you're showing the world where you're going. The same story they're trying to use to humiliate you, that's the same story that will inspire millions one day. You've already faced your past, you've already forgiven yourself. Now it's time to walk proudly with the same history others are ashamed of. You've been refined by the fire, not ruined by it. You are not your mistakes, you are the miracle that rose from them. So stand tall, speak with grace. You don't owe explanations to anyone still living in the chapters you've already closed. Your past was your test, and your survival is the testimony. The moment you stop living for approval and start living with purpose, people notice, suddenly, you're not as humble as you used to be. Suddenly, you're different. But here's the truth, you didn't change, you just stopped shrinking. When people can't control your present, they reach for your past. They try to remind you of who you were, so they can avoid seeing who you've become. Their attacks have nothing to do with your history, they're just scared of your growth. Some people hate that you broke free from the cycle they're still trapped in. You healed from what they're still carrying. You turned your pain into purpose, your failure into focus, your fear into fuel. And that scares them, so they dig up your past to make themselves feel powerful. But remember this, no one can use your past against you unless you're still ashamed of it. The moment you own it, the moment you say, yes, I did that, I was there, but I'm not that person anymore, the power shifts back to you. The people who try to destroy you with your past have no control over your destiny. You've already been through worse, you've already fought the battle they're just discovering, you've already rebuilt yourself from ashes they couldn't even stand in. You don't owe anyone the version of you that keeps them comfortable. You owe yourself the version that keeps you growing. So let them talk, let them twist your story, because while they're wasting their energy tearing you down, you're using yours to rise higher. You're building, evolving, thriving, and they can't stand it. Don't lower your voice to match their noise. Keep walking in silence until your success makes their accusations irrelevant. Because the loudest one in the room is often the most threatened. You are untouchable when you stop defending your past and start walking in your purpose. There comes a moment when your growth becomes too loud for people still living small. They'll start saying you've changed, that you think you're better, that you've forgotten where you came from, but they don't understand. You didn't forget, you just refused to stay there. Your growth threatens their comfort. Your healing confronts their denial. Your evolution exposes the truth they've been avoiding, that they could have grown too, but didn't. They missed the old you, because the old you didn't have boundaries. The old you tolerated disrespect. The old you kept quiet to keep the peace. But you learned. Peace that requires your silence is not peace, it's control. You started valuing yourself. You started saying no. You started chasing dreams instead of validation, and suddenly, people who once supported you began to fade away. Don't take it personally. Growth will cost you comfort, but it will also reveal who truly belongs in your next chapter. The ones digging up your past are just trying to pull you back to the version of you that made them comfortable. But you didn't evolve to please anyone, you evolved to become who you were meant to be. Growth is lonely, it's painful, it's misunderstood, but it's also powerful. Every version of you that you outgrow makes room for something greater. Peace, clarity, confidence, purpose. So keep growing, even if they talk. Keep rising, even if they doubt, because the same people who laugh at your growth now will one day call it inspiring. Don't apologize for your evolution. It's not your job to stay small, so others can feel big. You are not the same, and that's the point. Growth is supposed to make you unrecognizable, not to others, but to the person you once were. Let them stay stuck. You've got mountains to climb. There's immense power in silence. You don't have to argue with people committed to misunderstanding you. You don't have to defend a version of yourself that no longer exists. Every time someone digs up your past, smile. Because while they're stuck talking about who you were, you're busy becoming who you're meant to be. You see, true strength isn't about proving your innocence, it's about walking in peace. You've already done the hard part, healing, forgiving, rebuilding. Now your silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. People expect you to react, to break down, to fight back, because that's what the old you would have done. But your silence shows you've grown beyond needing validation. Your calm is your power, your peace is your victory. Let your success be your response. Let your energy speak louder than your explanations. Because one day the same people who doubted you will have to watch your rise, quietly. You don't need to clear your name when your character speaks for itself. You don't need to chase approval when your growth already confirms your truth. Silence doesn't mean defeat, it means focus. It means you've learned that not every battle deserves your energy. Some things don't need defending. Time will reveal everything, so hold your head high, smile at the whispers, walk through the noise. And remember, diamonds don't argue with dirt. Let your silence preach what your words no longer need to say. You've moved on, you've grown, you've outlived the version of you they can't stop talking about, and that is your final revenge. Final words. There's a reason your windshield is bigger than your rearview mirror, because where you're going matters more than where you've been. The people who dig into your past will eventually get buried in it. But you'll rise, you'll rebuild, you'll keep shining. Because you're not your past. You're not your mistakes, you're not your pain, you're proof that transformation is real, you're evidence that growth is possible, and you're living proof that no one, not even your past, can destroy what's destined to rise. So keep walking forward, keep your crown straight, and the next time someone tries to use your past against you, look them in the eye and say, "That's old news. I've already forgiven myself. Now it's your turn to catch up."